Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Yoder, and this is the Joshua Yoder Show. And today, my guest has kind of been a big theme for you going recently. His name is Brian Carson. What's up, Brian? Nice to see you.
Hey, Josh, how you doing, buddy?
No, welcome back to the show. Thank you for coming back on.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
No, man, it's always good to have you here, bud. And today, especially as we're recording, you recently announced, something big happening for our local community here, and I think it's something fun and important to talk about. And
Well,
that is you.
thank you.
Yeah, and you're launching the Mifflin Juniata Report site. How do you feel about that? And congratulations.
I feel really good. It's a new chapter in my life. It's one I didn't expect, but uh, I it's going to be a for Mifflin Juniata counties, covering local government, um, columns, features, editorials, sports stuff. It's going to be an all around thing for the Mifflin and Juniata County area because I think, you know, there's a gap right now that good local coverage is missing. And I think we need to bring that back.
No, I definitely agree with that because, like, especially with small towns, not just ours where we live, but it's just a lot of small towns in general here in America. There's a lot of things that do happen, or possibly potentially big things happening in our community, but no one seems to want to talk about it, and then people wonder why there's not much to do around here.
Yeah. And then the other thing is with the local journalism, it's actually hard right now. The talent that used to be at local newspapers is going to the internet, is going online, and you'll see a lot of people uh, doing news sites that, like, like sports. It used to be, man, we got to get the USA Today, something like that. Now you got stuff like the Athletic, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what it's coming to. It's coming to. I'm not going to say print is dying because there's always going to be people that want to hold a physical paper. I'm one of them. I understand that. But you got to go where the tide is going, and that is online. And you could get stuff up. You don't have to wait the next, like a newspaper. You write something, it's in the next day. Online, it happens. You write it, it's live within a couple of hours after you covered it. So everybody with social media and that, they want information now, and they want good quality writing. And I think that's something that we need to bring back into the Juniata Valley.
No, I definitely agree with that because I definitely think there are things that are happening around here. Even though, again, we are a small community, but with that being said, how can anything grow if we don't talk about it or report on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like get you want to get people want, like, well, I'll give you an example. Like, and I've had to write this way too. And you go to like a commissioner's meeting, okay? You write everything they did during the meeting, but what people really want is it go deeper and simplify it. Like, what does this mean? Why is this happening? Why did they vote this way? And that's what I want to do, not just report on a meeting. And local journalism is about the community. I want to write stories on people in the area. I want to write stories on special things happening in the area, not just feely good stories, but just things that the community want to see. You know?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, again, like there's a lot more that happens in our small town, um, that people realize, and just like small towns in general here in America. But I just think it's an important way to show that there can be growth. That there's things to do, and then maybe we can build upon it. Like that's how maybe like the importance of local journalism has shown that, hey, there's things to do, stuff that we can support and hopefully grow into something bigger, you know?
Well, yeah, well, like, and there's always if you're looking, if you're paying attention, there's always a story every day in this community. It's not just, oh, we're so small, nothing happens. Well, maybe nothing like the big cities, but there's always good stories waiting to happen. You just listen to it. I'll give you an example. Um, when Steve Knutson died, Knudsen, I don't know how to say his name. I've known him a long time, but I always butcher the name. And I wrote his memorial. Lisa told me, like, just didn't think anything of it. She just said matter of factly how they first met. He was like 11 years older than her, and she had just got her license, 16, coming home from cheerleading practice, and he pulled her over for a traffic violation. That's how they met. And my God, my eyes sparked up. I was like, that's a perfect story to tell.
Yeah.
And they ended up spending their life together, but they first met on a traffic stop. He busted her. I mean, that's fantastic.
That's an interesting way to meet somebody.
Yeah. And it's like, there's stories like that everywhere. And you talk to, I recently, and people forget him, I recently talked to Joel Diamond. Do you know Joel?
The name sounds familiar, but I may not know for sure.
Joel's a marketing guy, and he helped him and John Panizzo help raise the money for the football stadium.
Oh, okay, okay.
And Joel was like, just casually, we were talking wrestling, and he mentions that he was on the 1970 Lewistown baseball team that won a District 6 title. And out of the blue, he said, yeah, we never got to go anywhere else. And I didn't even think about that. There was no state playoffs then.
Oh, geez.
So here was a damn good team, district champions, that never got past that. And it's like, oh, man, that's a great story. And I bet you people forgot it. And the thing he said about how the world is small, Steve was on that team. So it's just, there's stories everywhere. And I enjoy writing stories like that.
No, I hear you, because one of my prouder stories that I've ever written, and to be honest with you, I was so, and you know me, Carson, with my anxiety, I was so nervous about writing it, but I thought it was important. I was talking about the 2005 Lewistown Panthers football team, the last team that won the Iron Kettle. And the response that I got from that story was amazing. And I was like, wow, 20 years. And there's like a bunch of people just coming out and just talking about the story and like the memories they had of that team and just the excitement of, playing high school football and all that. And I was like, wow, like this is really amazing.
Yeah, because here's why. Yes, you got to write straight news, and right, you got to.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that they want to do, but they also want stories that make them feel good or give them pride in where they live. And I don't think there's been enough of that lately. And I know at my time at the Sentinel, the biggest responses I got is when I did a feature on somebody. And I get very nice comments like, that touched me. I couldn't stop crying. It was, and I got emotional. And that's the things that give, that as a journalist, that's what butters your bread. You just love hearing stuff like that. Oh, great. A story I wrote made them feel good. Or unfortunately, if it's a death, it made them remember the guy fondly, but it brought emotion. And, that's what we need here. And there isn't enough.
Yeah. And to add on to your point, I think it's also important to show people that especially like, me being a young guy, even though I'm like 35, one of the things that I learned about the history of my hometown was we used to have a lot of stuff. And a lot of people think like, can we ever get to that point? I said, yeah, we did it before. So maybe it's like to show hope that, hey, we things may have fallen down a bit, but maybe we can come back from it and build something bigger and better.
Well, I'll give a shout out here. I think Jim Zubler, downtown Lewistown Inc. guys, they are doing a hell of a job trying to get the downtown built back up to where it was. Because I'm old enough. Well, I'm old now. I'm almost 60. I'm almost 60. I remember when you could go downtown and there was not an empty building. Every business was booming. Downtown was packed with people. And Jim and those guys are trying to bring that back, and they're doing a great job. They really are.
No, that's awesome to hear because I even remember back in my youth, like in the 90s and like the early 2000s, like there used to be like places you can go along like a certain street downtown where like it wasn't just Miller's. There had like businesses, whether it be plumbing, et cetera, whatever. There used to be a ton of places open that you can go to.
Oh yeah, I mean there was Big Mike at K's with sporting goods. Um, there was Rolls, which was dress, nice suits and that stuff, and I mean there was the video stores. There was a bunch, man. There was McCrory and Murphy's and the Diana shop, the original, which was still there, but it was on the square there by the Hofbräu, where the Hofbräu used to be. Is the Hofbräu still there? I don't think.
I don't think I've never even heard of it, so I'm
There
not.
was Corkins. I mean, Corkins. I used to love to go there for club sandwiches. Mom would take us down, and I mean, town was packed. My brother, I remember he got his license, and we cruised town. He dragged me, me along, and we cruised town. And town Friday nights would be packed, tons of kids. They'd go to either the Miller or the Embassy. That was before the Embassy turned into a porno palace.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, I don't remember who bought it, but it was like they would show porno then.
Oh, good
But
Lord.
yeah, but before that, it was a beautiful place. Have you ever been in there?
The only time I've ever been in is when they were showing off of like what it looks like from the past. It's pretty empty now, but I remember like reading about it back in the day where it's like I'm a bit of a dork if anyone hasn't figured that one out, but but when I read about the embassy, I was like, wow, I would have loved to have been there during back its heyday where it's like they're showing like plays and all that stuff. I'm like, because me being a writer and love to tell stories, I'm like, man, that'd be kind of cool to write a play or do something to be a part of something like that. And it kind of sucks
Yeah,
what's that
yeah.
because I miss it, but I didn't know it became, yeah, right.
Well, I was in there and watching movies
Oh, good
when
Lord.
it was active. No, I wasn't watching porn. I was a kid, but yeah, and you go to Miller's or them, and it was a great time, man. And the town was booming, and I think it was just apathy set in. You know, we
Yeah,
had
no,
we
definitely.
had we had how should I put this in a nice way? No, I'm not going to put it in a nice way. We had people who ended up buying the buildings who turned into like slum landlords and not fixing them up, not doing anything like that, and I just and then Walmart came, and you know it's inevitable. People could try. There was the. It's not the only excuse because there were still businesses that competed with them, but a lot of the small businesses couldn't compete, and like Big Mike, K's, and they went out of business.
Yeah, no, and like you said, there was a number of other reasons that honestly I wish more people would talk about it. Maybe it because like a lot of our history kind of fell for decades.
And then honestly, I don't want to be seedy about it, but the other thing that hurt the downtown is we got heroin came to the area.
Yeah,
Big time. Big time.
I was thinking about saying it, but I wasn't sure. But since you brought it up, yep, there it was.
Yeah, no, nobody wanted to go downtown at night because when you used to, you'd go to the Miller, go to the restaurant first, then go to the Miller, the embassy, and that stuff. There used to be an arcade, um, and what happened then is like the businesses started dying, the slum landlords came in, and then the drugs came in, and nobody wanted to go downtown at night.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's kind of a scary thought even today. But I remember being a little kid, and I had no idea at the time. But then, like, I remember seeing this Remember, I forget the name of it, but there was this documentary about it, and one of the people that was shown on there, I recognized the lady because she lived a couple of blocks from my nan and pap's house, and they were
Yeah,
talking about.
it got bad when NBC came in and did a story on us.
It's bad. It was bad, and I didn't realize how bad it was, and then honestly, it just felt like it was a gradual slide since then. But I think, trying to be more on the more positive side of things, that's like I think it goes back to like what I said before. It's like we got to find uh, ways to show people, hey, that things are getting better, and we just need to find ways to keep it going.
Yeah, I just I just feel that that those were it wasn't one thing. It was a contributing factor of the decline in the downtown. But like I said, Zubler and these guys and the commissioners, Codish, Postal, Wise, they are trying to bring the community and the county back. And, the guys in Borough Council and, so everybody's working together for the betterment of the town. And, it's a good thing.
No, it's a very good thing, and honestly, it's important now more than ever because if things don't try to, how do I want to put this? Like if we don't try to find ways to better each other, then it's like it feels like it's only going to get worse from here.
Well, I just think now, I mean, with the revitalization that's happening and our past, we have a rich past. I think these stories need to be told, and they're not. And that's one of the reasons why I started the Mifflin Juniata Report.
Yeah, no, and
Another one reason is just seriously is plain pure passion. I love to write. I have to write. It's in my blood. I must write. And now that I don't have the Sentinel, I need a vehicle to keep writing, and it's going to be this.
no, no, I'm 1000% being someone that likes to write and be creative in general. I think it's important to follow your passion, but also too, and we've talked about this before, even off camera. I think it's important to not only follow your passion, but also use your passion to maybe build things up. And that's what you're trying to do is try to help build this community up with the Mifflin Juniata Report.
Yeah, because it's actually, I mean, I know we don't have the things that like even a state college has, but it's still a very nice community. I mean, it's the mountains, the trees, the really the low crime compared to other places, and it's not a bad place to live. And it's just been, a lot of people have a negative impression of this place, and it's not that bad. I have fond memories of growing up here in Mifflin County. I mean, everything in my life happened here. I mean, the most important thing is I met my wife here. I mean, and now we've been together coming up, it's going to be 34 years. how she's put up with me for 34 years. Listen to me. She deserves a medal. You know, the commissioners do proclamations.
Yeah.
They need to do one for her for putting up with me for 34 years.
Oh, God bless her. She was a
But
good.
I met her at the original. She was a waitress. Her brother owned the place. And that was it. I met her in 1980.
Yeah, and I think also too, like I feel like what's the old saying? What's old, it can be new again. And I think if we take stuff that we had in the past and maybe update it, maybe then that could help, future generations help build and grow it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Could it get boring sometimes living here? Yes. But it's still a pretty decent place to live. Like myself, some people are just attracted to it and love it. I could never live in a city.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind
Too
of
many, too many people, too much crime. I just, I am not a city guy.
I don't know. I'm kind of more in between. Like I don't mind some of the stuff. Like I'm not really a city person, but I'm not really a country person either. I'm just kind of like in the middle. But like but to add to your point, I do kind of prefer more of the peace and quiet kind of stuff.
But I just think there's more history and a lot of great things to write about that hasn't been written. And I want to be the one to do that.
No, absolutely. Because I'm a big believer of like history needs to be taught and also like learned upon. And I feel like a lot of the younger generation don't realize like, hey, we had, this stuff in the past. Maybe we can get it back and bring it in like a new way.
Yeah. I mean, we always reminisce, but I really did. I had a pretty decent childhood. You know, growing up, money was tight, but we still had food on the table and we got, you know, to do things and our friends, we don't get together and play sports and, and, I have very fond times of growing up here in Mifflin County. So yeah,
Yeah, and also too, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the only ones that I remember that's been around for a long time that are still going would be the Lewistown Lanes and Miller Theater.
Les Caras,
What's that?
Les Caras restaurant, Gus's Pizza.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and now I just remember another one. Oh, geez, off the top of my head, I'm trying to.
Because
Uh,
like,
Bing's.
is that what Red's Diner's called now?
Oh no, Bing's is something else in Burnham.
Oh
Sorry.
no, Bing's is newer. Red's Diner was like around. Les Caras, the hot dog place, was the first restaurant in Mifflin County.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1921.
Nice.
And Gus's was the only pizza shop. I mean, that's it. You'd stand there, it'd be packed, waiting for your pizza, the smell of it, go home. Ask Kodish about it. Kodish is a Gus's freak, even to this day. But you can meet a lot of interesting people in Mifflin County and Juniata County.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of my favorite memories are when the wrestling team won the state title and the years leading up to it, going down to Juniata to cover wrestling, and the people you meet like Jim Whistler, Dave Baumberger. I mean, these people were just great people to be around.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to it in a while, but I love. You mentioned Juniata. I love to go down to the drive-in theater as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's so awesome that it's still there. That the drive-in is around. I mean, we used to go where the driver's place is in Yeagertown
Yeah.
is where the drive-in used to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we go to the drive-in. There's memories that just pop up, and that's why there's stories. Everybody's got stories. They don't realize it. Good fond memories.
Yeah.
I remember my sister and her boyfriend at the time. I was like 7, maybe 6, 7. Drug me along to the drive-through because I wanted to. I was a horror movie fan, big time,
Ain't nothing wrong with a good horror movie.
and they had a double feature, and it was an old one, This Island Earth, a sci-fi film, and then they had Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, a Spanish horror film dubbed in English. And why I still remember what it was is the damn movie, Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, it's called, and it didn't have the Frankenstein or the monster in it. It was a werewolf movie. And they gave you a little toy, the mutant on This Island Earth. You'd have to see it, the old movie. They gave you a figure when you came to the drive-in, and that stood out with me. And that kind of nostalgia stuff, everybody has in them. And if you do it right, you can tell a great story with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of to piggyback what you said earlier about nostalgia and all that stuff. I feel like people sometimes like until it's one of those what's that saying, like you don't realize how much you loved it until it's gone. I feel
Yeah.
like that's kind of like the importance of what you're trying to do here with Mifflin Juniata Report is like trying to show people like oh yeah, I remember this, remember that, and maybe who knows, maybe it can be inspirational to somebody.
Well, yeah, there's definitely going to be a section of that in this in the Mifflin Juniata Report. I love one of my favorite things as a writer is writing historical pieces, and I loved one of my favorite things I ever wrote was for the Sentinel. It was a 5-part series, The 100 Years of Lewistown Football.
Wow.
And I mean, I interviewed like from the 1959 team that went undefeated and just crushed people. Junior Powell, Fred Stoichev. I mean, these guys are legends in local football in this area.
Ralph Baker.
Yeah, Ralph. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why am I forgetting his name? And that bugs me. I forgot his name.
Are you talking about Alex?
No. No, Eufema was passed, unfortunately. Never got a chance to interview him.
Oh,
He
that
was
would have been fun.
he was before my time. Oh my God. Oh, Jack Sear.
Okay.
Great guy. Great guy. And these guys, I mean, I had a film given to me on CD. I still have it of a game where they played Huntington in '59. And they were so good. They beat Huntington 75-0.
I would love to see that tape.
And they could run the ball so well. They had Stoichev, they had Junior, and they had a guy, Gary Sprout, in their backfield. That was back in the days of 3 backs,
Yeah.
2 halfbacks, and a fullback. All we had to do, Rocky, the quarterback, is hand the ball to them. Touchdown. Because they all did. They all got Division I offers. Stoichev at Iowa. Junior went to Penn State. And I think Sprout was at North Carolina.
Cool. That's so awesome.
And during that time, the 57, 59 years, I think they lost 1 game, and that was to Lock Haven.
Well, Lock Haven, yeah, you can't really be so.
I mean, that stuff was so. I loved writing it and interviewing them and just hearing their stories, and it was just so fun to write. And I love writing pieces like that, and that's going to be featured a lot in the report.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because I've always told some of the like if I ever meet like some of the young kids today and they talk about stuff and I would explain to them, I'm like, no, there's been a lot of stuff, when I was a kid that I don't really see anymore. Like I remember, I mean, and you know me, I'm more of a like artsy fartsy kind of guy. I really loved the arts festival, and I always thought it'd be cool to have like a music scene happen around here, you know?
Yeah, there's been music, but it's like um, minimal compared to other places. I think because there's not a lot of gigs to play at around here.
Unfortunately, but I'm
I
just
mean,
that'd be pretty
like
cool if we can build something like that up.
I was around when Friction was playing, and they got big regionally. They even had a record deal.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, so there's been. I remember when. Did you ever hear the band Kicks?
I have, yes.
They did a concert here once.
Oh, really? When was this?
Yeah, when they were first getting started, they did a concert and it was pretty cool.
Dude,
I
that's
went,
awesome.
I went to it. Yeah, this was like wow, like early '80s,
That was definitely before my time.
and then they hit with that song "Don't Close Your Eyes." Got a big hit on MTV, and truthfully, I didn't like the song. I wasn't into the. Remember the hair metal stuff where they did the ballads? Every hair metal band was doing a power ballad. I
Yeah.
hated I hated those. Like, give me a break. My God, even Metallica did it, and I was so disappointed. Nothing else matters.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
a good song.
it's like Metallica doing a power ballad. I want to hear Master of Puppets.
Hey, that's a good song though, too.
Yeah, or Ride the Lightning. I don't want to hear Nothing Else Matters.
Fade to Black was a really good one.
Yeah. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Oh, that's a good one.
I used to wear that thing out.
Yeah. I've actually been big on the blues lately too. I've been listening to some Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Love Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
this. You ever heard of this TV channel called Access TV?
Uh huh.
I watched a great documentary about him, and I'm like, wow, this guy's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. I have all his albums. Really good. He got his start, how he got known. David Bowie. Remember
Yeah,
Let's Dance?
yeah.
He played guitar on the Bowie album.
Oh, that was definitely him. You could. It's one of those things. You know how when people say you can hear people sing, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's definitely this person. You hear a guitar, you can definitely tell it's Stevie.
Yeah. He was good. I taught him everything he knew.
Oh man, but going back to the Mifflin Juniata report, was there like a concern in your opinion, Carson, or excuse me, was there like a thought or a concern in your mind that we were starting to lose like a lot of that information, or like maybe in a way like try to bring hope to people?
Well, you went first writing, like, especially if you're doing news, should educate.
Right. Of
But
course.
yes, you also want to entertain. You want to make people like want to read it. It's like, yeah, yeah. And part of that is you mix it. You mix the hard news with like features and columns and and feel good stuff. And you got the right balance. You got to balance it out. I mean, there's sometimes, yeah, the world is bad and you got to report on it. But I'm not like I'm a one man operation right now. There's not going to be like if people are expecting that, uh, I don't have the manpower. There's not going to be like obits and things like that
Well, and to be fair
because
though,
I can't compile all them.
Well, yeah, and to be fair though, a lot of people then just go on their funeral websites to see the obits anymore
Right.
now.
Because I want to be, have journalism, but I don't want it to be like a traditional paper. I want to deviate things. I think most people don't want to, they want to read the features and stories and that about their area, their local area, which is history, uh, spotlighting people and businesses and and hard news to local government. Uh, they they don't want fluff and they don't want AP filler. You can get the AP anywhere.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's actually quite easy to do, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so I want this to be different and stand out, and I want this to be a community thing. I mean, I don't pretend to know it all. If people have ideas for stories, if they have something they think would make a good feature or something, I want them to tell me. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, no, exactly. And that's another thing too. I think it's kind of missing out is the word of mouth. Like a lot of people, think like, oh, like, well, there isn't much stuff to do. And I'm like, well, that's not necessarily true. Like people have ideas, they just don't have people to talk about it, or they don't, or reach out to people like say what you're trying to do. You're trying to get people to be like, look, if there's something happening, please let me know and I'll write about it. And then, we can share it and people can, see it and hopefully inspire other people to, do more.
Yeah, and I don't want like I don't. I'm open to criticism too. I think we're um a lot of papers and journalists today are afraid of criticism, and that's part of life. I mean, I want to hear what people think, you know, and and if it's legitimate to address it. If it's just somebody venting, no. But to vent. But yeah, I don't think our local newspapers are open to that kind of criticism anymore.
No, definitely not. And
They want to shut everything down.
yeah, no, I do agree with that. I think, I mean, and some of the criticism's fair, and it's not like they were being mean about it either. That's another thing I didn't understand. Like people are like, oh yeah, I think this doesn't happen because of that, and then take that for what you will, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I want to hear legitimate criticism. I mean, that you can learn from. If somebody goes, Carson, you suck. I hate your stuff. I don't care. I mean, fine. Well, I mean, I do care, but fine, move on. If you don't like me, go to something you like.
Yeah, and if it's not like you can't come back to it and be like, oh wow, like things gotten better, or I
Because
like.
I got a piece of advice that stuck with me in my 34 years of journalism, and it's this. I was at a seminar at the Detroit Free Press, and the editor, sports editor of it, at the time they were winning all the awards. And he said, "Here's the truth for you new writers," because it was a seminar for beginning journalists, working journalists out in the field. And he said, a third of the people will love what you do, a third of the people will hate what you do, and a third of the people won't care what you do. He actually said won't give a shit. And he said write for the 1/3 that care. And that stuck with me. Like some reporters, and I would never name names, if they get criticism, they fall apart. It's like, oh my God, oh my God. Nah, man, that's part of the business.
Yeah.
Expect it. Expect it.
Yeah, and to add to your point, it's not like, yeah, they may have, like, for example, yeah, would it suck to be criticized and things didn't go the way you're hoping for? Of course, it would totally suck. But with that being said, just because they may not have liked what you wrote that time, down the road you might have written something and they think it's one of the best things ever, you know?
Right. And I had one, just an example. I wrote a column on Title IX, and I said,
Oh,
it's
gee.
unfair. It's unfair. because they base it on having equal participation. And there's not equal participation. It's a fact. Men play more sports than women. And I wrote it from the perspective of all the college wrestling teams in Division One that were being destroyed for Title IX. And I said, is it fair to have Title IX and then at the same time destroy men's sports? So
I bet that went over well.
I got this letter from this lady. I still remember who it is. I won't say her name. Said I was a male chauvinist, misogynist. You know, like basically I crawled under a rock and came out. You know what I did with it?
What?
I put it in my cubicle. I framed it on the wall of my cubicle because I thought instead of, you know, I know her intent was to make me feel bad, but my thought was, my God, at least she read it. She read my story and was on column and was upset enough to write me about it, which means whether good or bad, my column struck a nerve.
Yeah.
So I looked at it as a good thing. Better to be like hated than ignored.
Well, yeah, definitely, but still, I mean, it's just it does fascinate me sometimes, like what people have gone through when it comes to storytelling or writing.
Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah, I degraded women, all this stuff.
It's yeah, you know what's even worse though? When you say stuff like that, it's like, why don't you actually like listen to the person that what they're trying to say? Yeah, it's like I don't think you were even trying to be like mean about it.
No, I wasn't. I was just saying, yes, women should have the opportunity to play sports. My whole point of the column was they should have an opportunity, but it shouldn't be at the destruction of men's sports. We have to find a way to balance this. Why kill men's sports to make sure women get sports? Have them both. And I mean, I showed an example of like there was over almost 200 Division One wrestling programs when Title IX started, and now we're down to like 80.
Yikes.
And we're losing another two more this year. Cleveland State and Cal Baptist ended wrestling.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. And it's all like so we could have like women's rhythmic dancing or something like that. Like I said, please don't write in or call in or tell Josh that I'm a male chauvinist. I want women to play sports. I do. I just don't want men's sports to suffer because of it. Does that make sense?
No, that does make sense. And to add to your point, speaking of wrestling, Carson, I figured since I have you on here, and by the time this episode will come air, we're getting ready for the wrestling tournaments.
It's the best time of the year, like Andy Williams used to sing in that Christmas carol. The most wonderful time of the year. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we have less qualifiers than I wanted. We only have 3 in the area with Goo Alexander at Mifflin County, Rowan McLean Hartman at Mount Union, and Madison Briner at Juniata Girls. But it's still fun. I mean, it's a great time to be down there. And there's always one major story that happens in wrestling.
Oh yeah, what's that?
At the States. And this one, it's the 145-pound weight class in AA.
Nice.
because they decided to be in the same bracket. You have Bo Bassett, Bishop McCorn, two-time state champ, going for 3, 166-0 career record.
Wow.
In the other side of the bracket, you got Brant Harrer of Montgomery, two-time state champion. Career record of 211-2.
Holy moly.
And he's won 167 straight matches. I mean, 164. And Bassett's won 166. And they are going to collide.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
And I cannot wait to see what happens. Both Division I. Bassett's going to be going to Virginia Tech. Harrer's going to Rutgers. It's going to be a doozy.
Oh, dude,
That's going to be worth the price of admission right there.
Well, and speaking of which, you mentioned Division I wrestling. We got the conference wrestling tournaments going on right now at the time of this recording, aren't we?
Yeah, Big Tens are on the weekend, 7th and 8th, and Penn State. Geez, what can you say? They're going to win the Big Tens. They're probably going to win it easily, as hard as it is to believe.
It's going to be interesting to say the least.
They've got craziness in the Big Ten seeds. They got 8 guys seeded either first or second out of the 10. Then Braden Davis is 6th, and Cole Mirasola is, I think, 4th or 5th.
Nice.
The rest are either 1 or 2.
No, that's going to be exciting. And speaking of exciting, and going back to talking about history of Mifflin County, arguably the greatest wrestler, if not the greatest wrestler in our county's history, Mr. Trent Hiley is going to make his return to the Real American Freestyle Wrestling by the end of the month.
Yeah, he's getting Downey, a kid wrestled for Northern Iowa. Solid wrestler, but if Trent's bicep is better, if it's healed up, and I think it is, or he wouldn't be wrestling at RAF. His pace should be too much for Downey to handle.
Well, the reason why I bring this up, because number one, we talk about like learning the history of wrestling, and I'm not trying to take away from what Trent and Hayden has done. What they have done is truly incredible. But there's been a lot of, we talked about history of our community before. There's been a lot of crazy stuff that's happened, for our community for decades, even before them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to take away from Trent and Hayden. I honestly, I would love to have them on my show, to be honest with you. But, but there's been some people that have done some incredible things, but people may not have realized it, showing like the history of our community. Like one guy in particular, and we've talked about him before, was Mr. Ken Weitzel.
Kenny, yes, the headlock. He had a great headlock. Yes. Yeah. But I think, and there's a lot of stories in a lot of different sports. I think, though, what separates Trent is that part where he can say, I'm a world champion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a world champion from Lewistown, Pennsylvania.
Not only a world's champion, the fact that what he did to get it.
Yeah, down 10-2. And then just all of a sudden, here comes this barrage of 11 straight points.
Which, that was insane.
Yeah.
And
when I interviewed him, he said he didn't even remember it.
Holy mackerel.
He was just gone. Just went in and just said he knew he had to score, and that was it. And then he said, and he was being brutally honest. He said afterwards, he was so tired after it ended, he could barely move. But that's what it is. He gave it his all.
And that's all you can do in that situation. And truth be told, like, our community went nuts. Just the fact that he made the team. and that he was going to compete. Like we were just happy to just see that because we thought that was like, wow, that's amazing. He's part of Team
Yeah.
USA, and then he's like, oh wow, he won. He won again. Wait, he's going to the semis. Wait, he's in the finals. Like, just we were all just happy for him that he was just doing, just being there, and then the fact that he came back and won, I was like, holy crap! Like, I remember, where I'm from, we walked down to McVeigh near where I live, and we were telling people around there, and they were like, "Wait, what? He won?" And like people just kept talking about it. It's just like just the fact that he won was just insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that, I mean, geez. We've been blessed lately with talent that's come out of here. Skylar Ciccolini, state champion twice. Josiah Seckler, state champion. Hayden, state champ. Trent twice, and a world champ. Kime, a state champion. And then, my God, you got what Carter Smith's doing. He just won his 6th state championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you just hope that it's just seeing stuff like that, and this is just my opinion, stuff like that needs to be reported and talked about because what some of these young kids were doing, and you mentioned him earlier. People call him JoJo, but Josiah Seckler, what he was able to accomplish, especially after what him and his family went through, was, I'm not gonna lie, I cried when I heard that he won.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and, he got it out a hell of a performance. And then, unfortunately, his senior year, he got hurt.
Yeah, I think what was it, elbow injury?
Yeah, he tore the UCL in his elbow ligament, and my God, he still tried to gut it out. He could barely throw.
Oh, bless his heart.
But yeah, so we've had lately a lot of talent has come out, and I don't want to be remiss. I forgot we have the bocce team that was state champions.
Oh, that's right, the bocce team.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been really a good time lately for athletics in Mifflin County.
No, absolutely, and we talked about it before, like just using that to maybe build momentum that could probably help continue to build communities.
Yeah, I mean, I got to look at certain things. There's certain programs get criticized because they lose kind of consistently, but that can change. Look what happened. Look what happened in boys soccer. Boys soccer was consistent losers, and this year they finally started turning it around.
Oh, without question, it was amazing to watch. And honestly, I'm a little biased because I was really appreciative of Coach Yoder and what he's done to my life, and then just to see him do that, it was incredible.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that it turned around for Keith because he's a Rams fan.
I knew that was coming.
And Rams fans are winners. Just that's the way it is.
You probably didn't feel like that this past playoffs.
Yeah, we did. We were the better team. I still think we're the better team. We would have won the Super Bowl, proved it the way New England played, but we muffed a punt. That destroyed us.
Ugh.
One mistake on special teams, which the Rams, unbelievable for a Sean McVay team, were bad at special teams all year.
Oh boy, my dad wasn't too happy about it.
It was 2 things cost us that game. Because remember, it was 31-27. They didn't blow us out up in Seattle. It was the muffed punt, and when instead of kicking the field goal, McVay went for it on 4th and goal at the 6 and didn't make it.
Yeah, I didn't get that call at all, to be honest with you.
We were the better team. We had more talent. I'll still say it. And if we stay healthy next year, we're the best team in the NFL again.
We'll just have to wait and see now, won't we?
It's a matter of staying healthy. Last year, the Rams stayed healthy, most of their guys for most of the season. We lost Devontae Adams for a little bit, but
Yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting year of football, and I might be watching some more football here in the future with the UFL coming up. I actually enjoyed some of their games, but I wouldn't say it's partly on the level of the NFL.
oh, it's not even close. I mean, it's fun to watch if you're a football fan, but no, it's not even close to the NFL.
Oh, but yeah, no, but Carson, getting back to the Mifflin and Juniata report, yeah, how long do you think it'll be until you launch your site?
It's coming up. Here's what happened. I'll explain it. I wanted to launch it Monday, this past Monday, and it didn't happen because I am learning a new platform to host my websites, to build my websites. It's called Ghost. And like an idiot, I thought, well, it shouldn't be that much problem. I'll get it up and running. It's a little bit more technical than I thought. So I am still building the site. Now, if you go to mifflinjuniatareport.com, you'll see a dummy site that says, coming soon kind of site.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my logo up or anything like that. But I'm building the site. Honestly, I want to have it up and running by sometime next week.
Oh, at least. Oh, awesome. And hopefully you have it by the time this recording comes out.
Yeah, it should be ready to go sometimes by the middle of next week, I believe.
Yeah, and is there any how will fans or excuse me, people would like to go subscribe to it? Is there any subscriptions that they have to go through?
Yeah, there's because I don't have advertising. I don't want advertising. I don't want advertisers dictating, what goes on and what doesn't. Plus, I don't want the site to be filled with ads.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking about doing like 4 sponsors if they want to sponsor the site, but no tons of advertising. But there's going to be a free tier, and then there's going to be a paid monthly and a paid yearly because that it takes time and effort to do something like this and to write and that. So, I can't give everything away.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I think most people, especially in our community, understand because you're trying to build something and hopefully you can use it to build up our community again. So I think it's really cool what you're doing, Carson.
Yeah, it's not going to be. They'll see. It's not going to be super expensive. And like I said, there's a monthly. You could pay monthly or save money by going yearly, and then we're going to have a special charter founding member price for 30 days when we launch it. I don't know why. Why do people say we when it's just I? It's me. I want to make it sound like it's huge, but it's me. And when I launch it, there'll be a special charter member yearly where if they pay that and then the price goes up to regular, they'll stay at that low price for as long as they stay on every year with the report so they can get it cheaper.
No, dude, that's awesome. And like I said, man, I think it's really cool what you're trying to do because, especially, and we've talked about this off the camera, we've always thought it's important to report local news and also try to help rebuild communities and, try to bring back, hope and something positive about our community here.
Yeah, and I know there's going to be some that'll. There's always people that want freebies, always, and
Right.
Some are going to complain about like charging, but I don't think they realize one, the time and effort it takes to do it.
No, it's not easy. It really is not.
Number two, you know, honestly, I left the Sentinel, so I got to earn an income some way.
Yeah.
And number three, supporting it. I don't call paying for it. Supporting local journalism allows me to make the site better and to really ramp it up. I make I get to a point where I can hire other writers, photographers, and really make this a true, awesome local site. That takes money.
No, it does, especially,
I
the
mean, I wish I was the idle rich, but I'm not.
nobody is here, huh?
So, I mean, I'm aware of that kickback. I know there's going to be some people because they want everything free. There is going to be parts of the site that are free, but most of it is paid because I got to make the site better. I want to hire people. I want to expand it. It takes time and effort,
No, absolutely.
and I need an income.
Yeah,
I need an income.
people also forget you're kind of stuck at home for the time being.
Yes, and but even if I wasn't, it was just time for me to do this, and I've had people tell me before, why don't you start your own? Why don't you start something? And I guess I finally decided to listen, and here we are.
Well, I hope and pray, nothing but the best for you, bud. And I guess my last question is, what do you want the people here in our home community to know about your Mifflin Juniata Report? What do you hope for them to understand what you're trying to do?
I want them to know. I want them to go, yeah, this is the place I need to be for local news in our community in Mifflin and Juniata County. I want to read not only the news, but I want to read uh, features on the people and places in businesses in the community. I want to read like feel good stories and sports features. I want this to be the place where when they think local, they're like, well, we got to go to the Mifflin Juniata Report. And I want to do the things that I said. I want to educate them, but I also want to entertain them. And that's my goal for this.
No, man, and I hope and pray, everything works out for you, bud. And thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I had a good time.
No, man, it's always good to hear from you, man, and hopefully we get to hear from each other again soon, bud.
You bet. Go Rams.
But
No, actually, what I'm cheering on right now
what's
is
that?
UCLA girls basketball.
Oh yeah.
They are good, man. I think they actually got a chance to stop the mighty Connecticut.
Well, that's not an easy task to do.
Have you followed anything of them at all? They're 28-1 this year.
I've been keeping an eye on basketball and also a lot of wrestling too, but I actually watch a bunch of different winter sports.
These guys, I watched them destroy, which thrilled my heart because in most sports, I'm a UCLA fan, and the girls beat the crap out of USC at USC. And they became the first team since Maryland in 2015 to go undefeated in the Big Ten.
Nice.
That takes some effort.
No, regardless of what sport it is, it's not easy to go undefeated.
And then my other one is UCLA baseball. We are number one in the country.
No, that historically UCLA is really good in baseball. You might as well just call them a baseball factory.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm a Bruin fan in every major college sport but wrestling. It's Penn State.
Hey, man, nothing wrong with that. I mean, what Cale Sanderson has done for that program is it's definitely become a machine, that's for sure.
12 national titles in 14 years. And another one was runner up. So 13 out of 14, he's finished first or second.
Yeah, they're good.
Here's another one before I go. Since 2011, I think, who is it? Is it, oh man. No, it's not Oklahoma State. Ohio State. Since 2011, has had 14 national champions in college wrestling. 14. That's number 2. Penn State since 2011 has had 40.
Good Lord.
Yes, 40. And they got a legitimate chance. I know it sounds crazy. They have an honest to God legitimate chance to have 8 national champions this year.
Yeah.
The most ever, and they're tied with it. The most ever has been 5. Iowa's done it. Minnesota's done it.
Oh, Lord.
And I think Oklahoma State did it, but Penn State's done it too. But they have a chance to go with 8 national champions.
Whenever this run is over, I hope Penn State appreciates it.
They will when they're crying.
But
it's not going to be over for a while, so enjoy it.
Oh, well, it's going to be interesting to say the least. But with that being said, Carson, thank you once again. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about stuff.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
And once again, God bless you, man. I hope you're doing well, and good luck with you and your site. And to everyone here watching, I love you all, and God bless. Be safe, everybody.